Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a motto, Tomlin and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland. You've made it to Thursday. You got all the way out there. But for most of the students here, we won't be seeing some of the seniors today. Although I do hope it clears up because it was one of those rainy, damp mornings that just make you go bleh. That's kind of how the day just felt. Bleh. But beyond that, hopefully when they get out to Six Flags, it'll be fun. I know my senior was it wasn't Lake Compounds. It was Riverside.
Mass.
Yeah. Well, get on the yellow limousine, go all the way out to Riverside for the day. That was a lot of fun. But ours was kind of damp and miserable like this, but we had a great time. It was a great time. It was like the scene out of Grease at the very end of the movie. No, it had nothing.
Bunch of 40-year-olds dancing?
No, the car flew up into the air. Yeah, no. I don't know. That was an iconic scene down there. Was that at their high school?
Yeah.
That took place.
The 40-year-olds were all still in high school.
Yeah. No. Well, aren't we? We're still.
Stop it.
Yeah.
We're in our 40s? What?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. I would love to be in my 40s. I miss my 40s. Oh, the good old 40s. Kind of like the weather this morning was a little bit in the 40s. Today in history, the Byzantine Empire fell. Constantinople was captured by the Ottomans.
Maybe not.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not because
You're gonna rewrite history.
Well, no.
What are all those questions on those history tests it's gonna change?
In which calendar, the Gregorian or the Julian? Because they use the Julian calendar. So is this the actual date or is it the actual anniversary? Because when Constantinople fell to Mehmed II, the conqueror of the Ottoman Empire, it was a different date in history.
Gotcha. I don't know. I don't know if you celebrate the first date or if you celebrate the actual anniversary once you've been together for a while.
But don't forget, it literally the day it fell, it was a different day in Constantinople than it was in Europe. So it was May 29th here, but I think it was May 17th there.
I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Don't know. I'm gonna say English, European,
Gregorian,
Greg's calendar. I believe it was on Greg's calendar that day. He had written it on the fridge. He remembered it. That's the day that Constantinople fell, and that's one of the funnest words to say. Constantinople. That's one of the funnest countries.
I do miss it.
Yeah.
I want to change my name.
Tell me you're going to be called Constantinople or Constance. No?
Manning the Conqueror.
Oh. Wow.
That's.
I don't know if that got dark in a hurry or whatnot,
No,
but yeah.
I'm here for it. I mean, gone are good names. You had like Pippin the Short, Charles the Bald.
I think you need a little roll when you say that too. Like just I'm Manning the Conqueror. I don't think I think you need a little bit more. I'm Manning. Like a little deeper.
Did a Disney
little
character
guttural. Go ahead, try it again.
I'm Manning the Conqueror.
Oh, yeah, see that one. Yeah, that worked. Today, on the Gregorian calendar, maybe, or in the vernal equinox of the day, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay.
No, this is all Gregorian calendar stuff.
Made the first.
Remember, that's
they
the
were the first people.
We use.
The first people to reach the top of Mount Everest.
That's our calendar,
Gregorian. Yeah. Well, that's what I said. According to the Gregorian calendar, today. In 1953, they got to the top. And think about if you had to go to the top of Mount Everest in 53. I'm thinking, like when I go camping now, all the accoutrement I'm able to bring and the lightweight titanium stuff, how they must have been packed to get to the top of Mount Everest.
I'm sure they had Sherpas.
Yeah, the Sherpas.
Animals.
You can buy.
You don't have a Sherpa when you go camping.
You can buy bottled oxygen. You can buy bottled oxygen in a store. Boost energy.
Yeah.
But I don't think on 53 they had that kind of stuff. They had to breathe on their own.
Wow, that's dark ages.
I don't know. That's just me. Today is National Paperclip Day, and that always reminds me of the trade.
Clippy?
No, oh my God,
Clippy?
Clippy from Microsoft
Love that
Word.
guy.
Yes, but also that guy that the red paperclip, who traded a red paperclip, started with a paperclip and ended up getting a house. Look it up online. He traded a paperclip and ended up with a house, and not just a paperclip for a house. There's a whole thing that goes between it. And I don't know if you ever heard about this one. Put a pillow in your fridge day. You put a pillow in your fridge for good luck. No,
You're just making stuff up. now.
I'm. You can have a day for anything. I think we've covered this. And today's birthday, John
are
F.
we?
Kennedy.
Are we making our day? We were supposed to make a day.
We were supposed to make a day.
We made a day.
We did.
I forgot what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was on the Gregorian calendar. I'm gonna have to go back and look to see which one it was on. And Bob Hope and Mel B. Do you remember which Spice Girl she was? Mel B.
Is that Scary Spice?
That was Scary Spice. Well done. Well done. Well done indeed. This week's Pom Pom poll of the week is going to still be dogs or cats. And if you're looking for some criminal justice camps, they are available. Take a look on the slideshow around the school, or if you go to reading16ct.org, you can get the slideshow there. So every time you hear me talk about something that's happening, that is the best place to find it as well. It is an A day today. Now, the missing book saga continues. The Media Center has missing books. Here's what the breakdown looks like. Seniors have 11, which is really good. That's not bad because the juniors are in the lead with 40 missing books. Sophomores have 32, freshmen have 29, and the teachers have 12. The teachers are actually in second place with 12. They have more missing books than the seniors. Do you have any out?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not expect that to be the answer. I just threw you under the bus.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry about that. All right. And don't forget every night to charge your Chromebook and every morning listen to us. Time now for the news with Tomlin.
And now, with the latest headlines, over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Good morning. A couple top stories to start your day. First off,
I know where you're going.
no, you don't.
I'm not.
What is the 3-word rule?
Oh, I had no idea.
What is the 3-word rule when it comes to AI? And it can be a clue. It's not "I love you."
In like and then give like a role or profession, like a golfer or like a child.
The concept is simple. Add a short 3-word directive to your prompt that tells ChatGPT or other AI devices how to respond. These 3 words can instantly shape the tone, voice, and depth of the output. You're not rewriting your whole question. You're just giving the AI a lens through which to answer, such as like a lawyer, like a teacher,
Oh,
like an
see?
architect.
Like a Rolling
Oh.
Stone.
I should have had that. Write my lesson plan like a teacher.
There you go. A black bear, was discovered in a home in Bell County, Kentucky the other day at around 5 a.m.
Now,
Sitting
the flip
inside
of this would be
a
three
stove.
blonde people that live there.
Game warden Derek
Mama
Creech responded
Goldilocks,
to reports
Daddy
of the bear inside the
Goldilocks,
Bell County
Baby
home.
Goldilocks.
The bell climbed up a ladder, pushed through an attic opening, and fell through the ceiling into the residence,
Ouch.
landing on the stove.
Oof.
No injuries reported during the incident, including the bear.
All right. That's like reverse Goldilocks right there. And the people that he ate inside were just right.
Oh, geez. Coming late last night, a federal trade court in New York ruled on Wednesday that President Donald Trump cannot enforce broad tariffs using the 1977 Emergency Authority Law. Several lawsuits argue Trump exceeded his authority by using the International Emergencies Economic Power Act without congressional approval. Contended the trade deficit cited do not constitute a national emergency. The lawsuit was brought by a dozen states and several large companies. The tariffs central to Trump's trade policy targeted imports broadly and aimed to address longstanding U.S. trade deficits, but critics said they caused economic disruptions and relied on presidential discretion rather than legal basis.
So
It does not lift all the tariffs. So the tariffs on steel are still in place. The tariffs on microchips are still in place. But all the tariffs announced on Liberation Day have now been declared illegal.
So hopefully no tariff on Lego.
Well, whatever tariffs were in place previous to the executive order have been reinstated.
All right.
Also coming late
Or
last night.
IKEA furniture. That could be yeah.
Swedish meatballs sound good right now.
So here we go again. It's Thursday. It's
I
food
have
day.
not had IKEA breakfast.
Remember we used to go to the crawfish festival?
I guess when they're
I
doing
don't
that
know if they
again.
do that anymore. It
that-
stopped after COVID.
That might have ended with COVID.
Eat all you could crawfish.
It was amazing. You got bibs and everything. Elon Musk announced on May 20th, 2025, that he is leaving his role as a top advisor in the Trump administration in Washington, D.C. Musk decided to depart after publicly criticizing President Trump's legislative agenda, specifically the, quote, big, beautiful bill, close quote, passed by the House recently. Musk led efforts to overhaul the federal bureaucracy through his Doge, but faced resistance and political blowback for his spending cut goals.
I heard they got like 90 billion of the 2 trillion they were looking for.
I think it was less than that. Because the numbers are still changing of how much they saved,
Wow.
which is kind of surprising. So some of the initial savings they were claiming were non-realized. So it's money that had not been spent. Other stuff was money they clawed back.
Gotcha.
Others was if we cancel the contract now, then I will save all of this in the future that I might spend 10 years from now.
That because the contract was that long.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about that. He's going to be doing self-driving cars in Austin,
The
Texas,
last I read was
along with
that,
Waymo, which
they're-
already has robotic taxis down there.
but they're bringing back the trucks, and they're going to be using those now because they have so many Tesla trucks sitting around. They're going to be trying to use those as the.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that. That's
There's so many
All
that
right.
are not sold.
if you live in Austin. All right. Good luck.
Couple quick last stories. So Israel announced it would establish 22 new settlements and legalize unauthorized output in the occupied West Bank. Former Governor John G. Rowland of the state of Connecticut, thrice
Wow.
elected and twice convicted,
Cut them off.
has been pardoned. Rowland.
Yeah. No, I heard that. I didn't know how. I don't know how to respond.
Did you ever
To
vote
that.
for Rowland?
I don't think I was old enough to vote when Roland was.
I did not.
Yes, you were.
Hey, how old do you think I am?
You're older than me, and I voted.
You don't start voting till you're 30 when you really start
This is
understanding
not-
what taxes are.
This is not.
Then you're
an-
like, oh my God, I better start voting.
This is not ancient Sparta or ancient Greece.
I even started voting in my local resolutions
Well,
and
I'm
whatnot.
happy you finally joined democracy.
Yeah, you have to grow up.
No, you don't.
There's your news.
And
Well-
that's your news with Tomlin.
Wait, is that why she's retiring? She finally grew up?
She outgrew her job. That's what happened. Over the sports desk with Mama Manning.
Here's a shot at the buzzer. Strike three call. What a catch. Touchdown.
Time now for sports with Mama Manning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yesterday,
Oh boy.
Wednesday,
Here we go.
baseball.
Yes.
We fell to St.
Yeah,
Paul. We
yep.
lost 9-4 at the NVL finals, but it was a
Uh,
really good game.
Yeah.
Back
And they
forth.
got there again, though. I mean, they
Yeah.
constantly get there.
We left a couple men on base,
They're
but
always
it was a
in
very
the
tight game.
conversation.
Yep. Softball walloped Wolcott in the
It's a big
NVL
one.
semifinals, 10-0.
They didn't leave anything behind. No
They
crumbs.
did not. Now I don't have the scores, but I did see the bling. Girls tennis.
Yeah.
Abby Raffone and Laura DeJaneiro took the gold in the
Woo!
NVL finals.
Congratulations.
Mhm. Now softball is playing Friday against St. Paul in the finals,
Okay. That
Seymour.
should be a game.
6:30.
They're playing in Seymour?
Yes, neutral ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's an all right field.
Congratulations to track star Faye Carnamala for most outstanding NVL track senior scholar athlete.
Wow. Good choice.
Yes. And Gabe Diamante
Oh,
set
boy.
a school record in the 3,200 meters. Well done.
Indeed. Wow, there's a lot of clapping going on today.
Good
Yeah.
times.
A lot of thunder last night.
Lot of thunder. Oh, yeah. The skies opened and it rained threes from above.
Yes, left and right. So they end the series
That was
with a 4-1 win.
just an absolute destruction of a decent team. Like they just made them look like it was a high school team. The amount of defense that was played, they kept stripping that ball taking it away. I think the last time they were tied, it was 3-3. Might have been 3 minutes, and then they scored 9 points. The Wolves scored 9 points in the first quarter.
I have no
They had more
explanation.
turnovers, I think, than they had field goals. I think it was 14. That's the stat that kept coming up. 14 turnovers, 12 field goals.
And tonight,
Oh, here we go. This
Nick-
should be the team that they're going to play.
Knicks Pacers. Pacers can close it.
They could.
8 p.m. start.
And then Halliburton will just go on a tear.
He will.
I'm looking forward to OKC
That's right.
and the Pacers
Yes.
playing each other.
So we got a lot of practices today. Good luck, athletes.
All right. Hopefully the weather holds up. And that's sports with Mama Manning.
Favorite Six Flags ride?
All right. So I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's one I remember the most. So it's Six Flags, Riverside.
Riverside.
Like, yeah, let's go back. This is well before I was voting. I just want to point that out. You know that old wooden coaster that had the urban legend that a girl had stood up and it knocked her head off. Do you remember that
Yes,
one?
I
Yeah.
do.
I remember that.
Do you remember that too?
I remember.
Okay.
That's going way back.
Let's go way back.
That white one.
Yes,
What was that
exactly.
called? I forget.
Thunderbolt, I think. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
Well, now we'll have to look that up. If you know what the old wooden roller coaster at Riverside was called, I enjoyed that one.
Watching the head roll off.
Yeah, no, just remembering coming down that chute and like looking at that 2x6 that goes across, thinking to myself, I don't want to put my hands up. Yeah.
On it.
It looks like you could get hit if you go under that. But yeah, I ended up liking wooden roller coasters. I don't like the very fast roller coasters that go upside down and do all that stuff.
I
I
don't
like
either.
wooden roller coasters. They're shaky and whatnot. They got some
Yeah.
character.
I don't know what it's called, but I like the one that drops into the water.
The flume.
Yeah. That
Yeah, I don't know what they called the flume
Yeah.
up there, but yeah. Did you have a favorite?
Was the log one there? When
The
you're in
The flume.
yeah.
That's what we're talking
The
about.
flume. Yeah, no, that was it. Other than that, I don't remember too many of the other the spider, one that you're like in
Oh, the spider was
Oh.
always
and
enjoyable.
you're swinging
Oh.
around, or the scrambler. The scrambler came around like at
Twister.
fairs though.
Ugh.
When it was like the spider, except the spider went up on the side.
Which is the one where you're in the big drum and you just get pushed up against the wall and all the stuff gets out of your
Oh, the vomit machine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like it
Yeah.
spins and centrifugal force
Yep.
holds you up against the wall.
like all your
Yeah.
stuff goes flying out. Yeah.
Yes, the luncheonator.
Mm.
Yeah, and that machine always got shut down because something would happen in it, and then they would have to take like a couple hours to clean it up. But I don't know. Yeah, so hopefully they're gonna have a good time at their Six Flags adventure today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and hopefully you have an adventure today too as well. Thank you for listening to the show. On behalf of us, that's Mama Manning, that's Tomlin, that's Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
It's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional. We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.